I feel like today is the day, Steve-O, that the NBA trade deadline really kicked into overdrive, and we're going to get there by way of the game of the night that we just saw in the NBA. Tyrese Maxey, what did he have, 75 tonight?
43,
43,
thank you.
43 in the first 8 minutes, isn't that what it was? And he kind of cruised from there?
Actually, it was about 75 at halftime for Philly because they could score at will as soon as Anthony Davis went out.
The Sixers roll the Lakers, 118-104. Frostberg, are the Lakers back? Are they still back?
No, Texas football is back.
Okay.
Lakers are not back.
They'll be back Saturday.
They'll be back. Okay, you sure about that? You sure
Absolutely.
about that? Okay.
Play the Knicks. Come on.
This is why, and people now understand why I say, hey, there's no reason if you want to be tepidly, cautiously optimistic that maybe it's a possibility that the Lakers might be okay. Because this is what they do. They play a couple of good games in a row, and everybody says, oh, look at this. They figured it out. Now Austin Reeves is going to score 35 a game. Now it's not Dalton Connect anymore.
He was great off the bench tonight.
AD is going to score 60, and we're going to. And then they have games like this where, really, you went into Philadelphia who was playing without Embiid and Paul George, and you didn't even sniff a win? Like, this is what the Lakers do. Like,
because Davis wasn't there.
I don't know if it's that the Lakers can't handle success, but boy, they win a couple in a row, and you certainly see J.J. Redick getting all chesty and we play like this, we can beat anybody, dude. We've watched this team, right? You know that you can win a couple of games and then you lose a couple of games. Like, I give them credit; they're 7 games over 500, which is not bad, but in the end, they win a couple of games and then they have a night like this where. I mean, come on, man.
Not their first this year. And memo to Coach J.J. Redick, tonight you couldn't have beaten those plumbers from the 1960s.
I mean, it's just an amazing. I mean, look, AD 10 minutes tonight, obviously, but this is a game that still you're playing against Tyrese Maxey and a bunch of guys from the G League. I mean, come on.
Maxey's very good, by the way, not just
Maxey's
tonight.
There's a bigger point to make with Tyrese Maxey. But, like, I mean, look, and Gordon's not bad, and Kelly Oubre once in a while will say, oh, my goodness, Kelly Oubre. But, like, this tells you, this is why the Lakers are so maddening. Like, they can't handle success. They can't find a way to sustain anything. And I don't know if it's just mentally they don't have the fortitude to be able to do it, or it's just they can't handle success and they think we have it, and they come up with efforts like this against the Sixers and a team that's quit, that is like waiting for the deadline to come and go. Like this is why I can't ever really believe in the Lakers. It's nice they're playing a little bit better, that's good, but every time you start thinking about it, this is what happens. Anytime they win 3 in a row, hey, that's great. Oh, look at this, look at the Lakers. This is like better when they had Magic and Kareem. You know, they had Shaq and Kobe at the same time.
You watch your mouth.
And they had Worthy and Wilkes and Michael Cooper and Sid Sabalos and Nick Van Exel. They had a 12-man rotation of those guys. And then they come up with a game like this. Like,
just for the record, the Lakers, with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, were leaving, and Anthony Davis went out of the game. And after that, over 100 points scored by Philly.
Yeah. How long is the game? Is it a quarter long?
It is 4 quarters. They haven't learned that yet.
Oh, all right.
We're almost
we
to
just
February.
need a center.
Well,
that's all.
The guy who left injured tonight is the guy who asked for a little frontline help, by the way.
You know when this game was over, guys? The second Bronny James checked in.
Oh, man.
That was also first quarter, yes.
Bronny checked in and Tyrese Maxey said, oh, hey, time to go to school.
That's a human white flag.
It's time for you to go to school. I know you only had a year of college, but you're going to get some right now.
The Lakers were up 8 when he checked in the first quarter, so his plus-minus is just awful tonight.
Yeah, no, not good. Although
he's awful, too.
Hey, Dalton Connect was pretty good off the bench tonight, but a lot of it, look, it was garbage time. The Lakers didn't threaten, right?
They gave up almost 50 points in the second quarter, so it really wasn't a game.
Yeah, it's not a good second quarter.
And I again point to Anthony Davis leaving with the abdominal strain. And the Lakers did play a game last night, so we know they're not playing a game tomorrow. But at one point, it was a 25-point deficit at Philly. A team that was missing the 2 stars, Maxey scored 43.
Now, here's the deal. We're going to get into De'Aaron Fox and Jimmy Butler, who are the 2 big stars that are on the trading block now. But I've said this a couple of times, and I think a night like tonight also bears it out. The Sixers are done with the incarnation of the team that has been built around Joel Embiid for the better part of the last decade. They're done. He's done. He's not healthy. He's not playing.
Wait a minute, you don't trust the process?
He's done. The process, we trusted the process for a long time. Eventually need a new process. Okay, the process is only going to go so long.
Might go a decade.
Right? How long is this process? Yeah, we need a long time. We need a long time. We need a long time. Like the Jets' process of getting back to the playoffs. So we need at least a decade, maybe even more. It's over in Philadelphia. The season is over. They're not going to the playoffs. It's a situation in which they can't get their star healthy and on the floor. I don't know how much he's motivated to actually be on the floor. Of all the names that are out there for the trade deadline, right? And we're hearing De'Aaron Fox and Paul George. We're hearing De'Aaron Fox and obviously Jimmy Butler the last few days. We'll get to that. The two names that honestly need to be out there are Joel Embiid and Steph Curry. Those are the names that need to be out there. Embiid, I can't tell you how bad Philadelphia needs a fresh start and how much he needs a fresh start, especially when you see the Sixers win a couple of big games in the last week. Remember, they beat Cleveland, without Embiid. And here's a team that is now built around Tyrese Maxey. You move on from the money you owe Joel Embiid, and you start over again, right? You have Maxey and Paul George. Okay, it'll be easy to get another star. You have seen the best of Joel Embiid. How healthy is he really going to be the rest of his career? Now, he still is someone who will bring a decent amount in a trade because a team will look at him and say, maybe he's motivated in a change of scenery. And the next two postseasons, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good that Joel Embiid, new situation, this postseason, next postseason, you'll get a lot out of him, right? Because this is what happens in the NBA with stars who decide I've quit on one team, but I'm in a new location.
That's never happened.
I'm great, right? Suddenly I'm great. Look, we've seen it with James Harden. We've seen it with Chris Paul. We've seen it with so many players.
Harden multiple times,
right?
Have we not?
Yeah, Harden until he just gets tired. Then I'm ready to go.
By the way, Philly is, even with the win tonight, they're not even into the play-in. They're not even 10th in the Eastern Conference standings. I know we've got a while to go, but we are past the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, they're done. And they know they need to move on and start the new 76ers, which is Maxey, George, however long it is, and you can get another star. You can bring somebody else in. And it makes sense for Embiid to go as well because Embiid needs that fresh start. It's like both sides are just going in circles right now waiting. And I guarantee you, Joel Embiid would be magically healthy if he went to another team. All of a sudden it's going to be, hey, he's ready. Oh, but he's out of it. No, he's starting. He's starting tonight. He said 40 minutes. He's ready to go. He will be magically healthy if he got traded to another team.
They're going in circles because only one leg works, so he's actually walking around.
Can't go straight. It's only going around.
If
it's only
they
going around
trade him, does he actually have to physically be able to walk to the plane, or how do they get him? Because I don't know how that works. It's you mentioned Fox. The irony is now that the Lakers are leaving town, losing at Philly tonight, Sacramento is the next team in, and it's tomorrow night. And it was today the reports that Sacramento is open to trading De'Aaron Fox, who's been a key to this offense for years in Northern California.
They need more cowbell, Steve.
And just for a second with the with De'Aaron Fox on the trading block. By the way, just let's pour one out for Light the Beam. Because I feel like Light the Beam is kind of over now in Sacramento.
Really?
I feel, if you're trading the guys, Light the Beam, De'Aaron.
They still have Sabonis. I mean, it's not like
yeah, but maybe you're just kind of maybe the beam will pulse a little bit. Maybe pulse the beam a little bit. Maybe what do they call it when you have not the safety lights, but when the lights are on really low in a room? Just to illuminate it.
I know what you mean.
Like that. That's kind of where they're at with the Light the Beam.
Like
with
some
the
earthquake or outage happens, and the emergency lights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like they're not really that bright, but they still kind of light things, so it still kind of looks like that. But look, if and the Sixers and the Warriors have been mentioned as a destination potentially for De'Aaron Fox, also mentioned for Jimmy Butler on one of his preferred lists, but. Really, the two names that need to be there, like I said, are Joel Embiid and Steph Curry, because Curry's got to realize that if he's going to win again, it's not going to be at Golden State. It's not. And he's got to decide what's more important to me. Do I want to give away the last 7 or 8 years of my career and put up some empty stats just to be a one
team for like
star,
Kobe Bryant,
right?
20 years for one team.
I get that's very attractive.
There's some currency to that.
But you want to win at some point. And I know he wants to win because I watched him win all the gold medals in the gold medal game. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
He was awesome.
He should have had all the gold medals. So I know he still wants to win. And he's got to understand that nobody's going to go there, right? And he's already said, look, don't make a trade if it's going to ruin the future of the team. The young players for the Warriors haven't come along. The dynasty is over. and they're not trending upward. They're not winning more games. They had a nice start to the season when Steve Kerr was playing, I think, 15 guys a night. Like, everybody was coming off the bench and playing at least 10 minutes. But now they settled back into this is kind of who they are. Just like the Lakers are who they are, this is who the Warriors are. They're a 500-ish team. They'll win at home. Curry will still give you big nights once in a while, but they're not nearly as good as the other teams in the West. And there's no one player coming in that's going to make that happen. Jimmy Butler's not going to make that happen, right? De'Aaron Fox is not going to make that happen. Not that the Kings would actually trade him to Golden State, but this is where Steph Curry's got to realize, if I'm going to win, and the next 2 or 3 postseasons will be the end of my prime most likely, I got to go someplace if I want to win. And it doesn't need to be a 76ers Embiid situation where it's, I hate you, you hate me, we're trading. This can be one of those, hey, we're talking and we're all together on this. We want to give Steph a chance to win, and Steph. And everybody can cry in Golden State, and everybody can wear the Steph Curry jerseys, and Steve Kerr can cry that he's being traded, and Steph Curry can cry that he's being traded. All of these things can happen, Steve, and I'm okay with it. You can do that because eventually he wants to do that 1 year at the end back at Golden State. He's always going to be a Warrior, right?
Sure.
He's always going to be a Golden State Warrior. So, but if he wants to win, he's got to say, okay, let me go someplace, and you can help the Warriors. Bring in new players, right? You do something else, but the dynasty is over. And if he wants to win, he's got to decide what's more important. And he should decide that I need to go someplace else if I really want to win. Because he's one of those over the top guys, like Jimmy Butler. But he's what? Hey, you go to a team that suddenly all of a sudden we got Steph Curry
when healthy,
and he's
sure.
scoring 28 a game. And now look, we can't do any wrong. We're just adding a shooter that we get him the ball and it goes in the net all the time because we watched it from afar for the last decade. Now he's doing it for us. Like, he is an over-the-top guy.
No.
And if he wants to win, he's got to go.
With his past week, though, he tried to play against the Lakers over the weekend with 4 of 17 shooting from the floor, and with the bad knee is not playing in that late game that's underway, Golden State hosting Utah tonight. But I'm reminded of when Junior Seau, all-pro linebacker for years with the Chargers, and we all thought he was going to be a lifetime Charger, when he got dealt, his comment after the trade is, if this helps the Chargers to be better, then I'm fine with it. That was kind of an astonishing comment. But even more so, I think that would apply to Steph Curry. Because you're right, just like Michael Jordan's always a Chicago Bull, it doesn't matter what happens from here on out. Steph Curry will absolutely always be a Golden State Warrior. But
Yeah.
that team, and I know it's been 3 short years, less than that, since they won the title again, when they beat Boston and Jason Tatum in the finals. Aside from that season, it's been mostly, for about 6 years now following that dynasty
Yeah,
run.
they squeezed that last one out against the Celtics, and that's been it. And
Yeah, it's either play in or not getting in, and currently it's more of the same. Either Sacramento or Golden State might be missing even the play in April.